I love Legos. Ever since I was 8 years old, I've been building and collecting sets, and in today's video, we're going to be covering one of my lifelong Lego dreams. This is my Lego MOC that I've been building on and improving for the last 2 years. And it's about to travel 10 hours to the biggest Lego convention in the United States to be put on display in just a week. Now, before we can even think about the convention, we have to figure out how we're going to pack up the Lego display and even get it there. Solution? Tub. And that's all fine and dandy, but I only have 2 tubs. What am I supposed to do with 2? I need a lot more than that. Boom! 4 more tubs. Actually, 5 more tubs, because there's another one over there. So now we have a total of 7 tubs, which hopefully that's enough, because the car won't fit any more than that, so let's find out. Okay, new problem. So the stuff fits in the tub, but there's not enough room for my hands to actually get this stuff out. Solution? Take an old cardboard box and cut it into whatever this is and use it to carefully lower the display into the box, and boom, now the display has a convenient little handle. And don't forget to make 5 more for every other box. Okay, we're 2 days away from leaving. It's really noisy upstairs, but we're getting all these boxes finished packing up. I'm putting all the final paper into place, and then we can haul them upstairs and take them to the car. I'm so tired. And with everything just barely fitting in the car, it's now time to hit the road. And after the 10-hour drive, we made it to my grandma's house where we spent the night. I did have to sleep on the couch that night, but it's okay, because I found a yo-yo. Go do the yoing. And just like that, the day has finally come when we were driving to the convention center, so I grabbed everything important, put it in my backpack, and we were on our way. And after our 2-hour drive, we're here, we have all the Legos in the back, and we're gonna get unloading because we have a lot of work ahead of us. And after waiting in line for what felt like forever, we were finally able to load our stuff in.
I feel like that's what a lot of this convention is
Alright guys, we are finally here at Brickworld. We have all of our amazing boxes. Show them the boxes, all lined up. And now it's time to unpack.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Now I know what you might be thinking. Cleo, did you really just drop half of your mountain onto the floor even though it was already safely on the table just because you were trying to show it to the camera? Yes. Yes, I did. Fortunately, after I scraped everything off the floor, I realized that the damage wasn't actually that bad, and it was just a little section of the mountain that had broken and shattered, and it didn't take that long to repair, but still, pretty embarrassing. And the struggles with setup didn't end there, because right after I fixed the mountain, I realized that our tables weren't even level, so I had to go fix that too. But on the bright side, while I was sitting up, I looked around and I saw an amazing looking cargo ship and a really cool roller coaster getting set up right beside me.
That's good.
After a few hours of laying things out, it was starting to look pretty good, so I added in all of the detail pieces, and although it wasn't finished, it was getting pretty close, and I was getting pretty hungry, so I decided to go get some food. Okay, so we just got out of the convention center, and we're currently at Dollar Tree, and I am buying all of the food that I think that I'll need. I got mostly just ramen, so. Okay, so we're back from Dollar Tree. We have all of the ramen and all of the energy drinks that we got, and we're having dinner. So what are we having over there?
Cold spaghetti.
Yeah, brilliant. Love our cold spaghetti on our white bed sheets. This is gonna go great, but yeah, I think we're pretty much done for today, so let's head to tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of Brickworld. We are here right now in the hotel bathroom, which for some reason has a TV on the mirror. I don't know what it's talking about, but yeah, what? So today we have a few things that we're going to do that aren't just, building on the display, because this is a convention, which means they have activities. And some of the ones that we're signed up for include blind builds, the great ball contraption, and a few more. So I'm going to try to get some good footage of those. But yeah, time to head out. Because we left the event hall relatively early last night to go to the store, there were so many more amazing builds that had got set up when I was gone. There were castles, more trains, Star Wars displays, portraits, there was everything, and it was so cool to just take a quick walk around even though most of the stuff was still not even there. But my tour was cut short because it's time for
Great ball contraption.
For context, the Great Ball Contraption is a massive display with hundreds of modules that all have the same purpose. Passing marble-like balls in a gigantic circle. And no, I'm not kidding, and it is the coolest thing ever. So how this workshop works is you can go in, buy one of the modules, and they change every year, build it, and then they will put it in the display for the entire show, and then you can claim it afterwards and take it home with you. The build is super technical, which makes it a challenge to build, and it usually takes forever, but that's most of the fun. And after I finished building it, I went and tested it, and it worked great. So after I made sure it worked, I took it and I dropped it off at the Great Ball Contraption display, and then it was immediately time to go on to our next event, Dirty Brickster. So Dirty Brickster is a lot like White Elephant. Everyone brings a mystery set, and you all take turns picking one, and
they get a chance to steal from somebody.
So at the end of the game, everyone leaves with a different set than they walked in with. So the first set I got was this Minecraft set, but somebody wanted it for their kids, so they stole it from me. So I took this parrot set from somebody else, but then somebody wanted the parrot, so they took it from me. So I eventually stole this Speed Champion set, and that was the one that I ended with. Then it was my dad's turn, and he made sure to take his sweet time while stealing, but he eventually left with a nice little holiday set. So overall, it was a really good event. Right after Dirty Brickster, I went and worked on my display a little bit, but I had to wave goodbye because it was time for the opening ceremony.
Hey everybody, great to be back here. It's just an amazing feeling to be at any LEGO convention, yes, but especially Brickworld, for myself, of course.
During the opening ceremony, they announced that they were going to be raffling off 600 sets, so stay tuned to see if we win one. And after the ceremony concluded, it was time for dinner and to go to bed because it's pretty late. Dinner, of course, was nothing less than the finest gourmet mac and cheese from the microwave. They put my one on what?
Oh my God! They have mine on there too. They went right by it. Local Fox station was interviewing somebody, and they turned, and the guy's like, "Oh, when I was a kid, my Star Wars, whatever, something," and they put it right into your base. It went right past the marquee, right to your base, and right to your QR code.
That's cool. All right, guys, you heard that right in that very chaotic clip that I got this morning. We were actually on the news. We were on Fox News, local Fox News, and they were showing our display. You could hear him yelling about it because we actually saw it on the bathroom TV of all places, the Mirror bathroom TV. We're going to try to find the clip, and if I find the clip, it will be somewhere in here. But yeah, that's super cool. I didn't expect to be on the news. And after our morning news surprise, it was time to head to the blind build. So how a blind build works is they give everyone the same tiny set, a cardboard cover, and a plastic tray. And your job is to build the set underneath the cardboard cover without being able to see it. And then, of course, whoever finished first wins.
Get set, build.
And it looks like the set we were given is a Technic Mars rover. This is going to be so hard to build blind, but let's give it a shot. Now, I'm not joking when I say this was ridiculously difficult. To figure out what Technic part was which part and put them all together while not being able to see what I was doing was so hard. This is the fastest I could speed up this footage, and it still takes forever to comb through it because the person who did this the fastest still took 34 minutes. Good job. Okay. By the time the first person finished, I would say I was probably like 80% done. But the good news is they let you keep the set at the end, so I walked back to my display happy as ever.
Okay, so last night they did a drawing 400 sets. I went off to something else, completely forgot that our names have been entered, completely missed all the notifications, and 10 o'clock comes and goes, and I realized that we won, and we didn't get the set. So I may have said a few choice words for, the next 4 or 5 hours before I could fall asleep. But then today, I walked by registration, and I heard someone ask the question of, well, where do we pick up our sets we won last night? And they said, right here. So I happened to be at the right place at the right time after being in the wrong place a lot of the time.
A lot of the time, the whole time.
Yesterday. So,
and we ended
here we are
with my raffle prize of this smoothie truck. And this is actually really cool. With our new set in hand, we went out to some actual food trucks and got some food that was overall pretty good for a food truck. And cracked open a fresh Alien Snot soda, of course, and then it was time to go on to our next event. I'm not looking forward to And the next event was the charity auction, where a bunch of people donate a bunch of Lego sets and people take turns bidding on them and all the money goes to charity. One of the coolest items up for auction was a never-before-seen Dungeons & Dragons sets that were signed by all the people at Lego that designed it. And it's super cool, and it was going to be unreleased for like a month after they were auctioning it off, so it was super rare, and I think in the end it sold for over $3,000.
1,500 start. 1,600. 17. 2 grand. He just said 2 grand.
It's for the children. It's for the children.
Wait a minute, hold up. I want to test you, clarifying. The bag in the air,
Brian and Adam, you're the founders of Brickworld, and Mark, the current owner, will sign the bag. So now the bid's only 100.
I'm at 160 right here. Anybody want to go 170 with the 3 signatures and it say Brickworld on it also. $230 sold, number 96.
Overall, the auction was super fun, and right before I went to bed, I made a minifigure version of myself because I thought it would be fun, but yeah, let's head to day 4. Okay guys, it's the morning of the first public day, so naturally I have 2 energy drinks because I'm going to be tired. But yeah, let's go down to the display and make sure everything looks good. Now, when I went down to try to get into the display hall, I cannot explain how long this line was. It went all the way out the door and around the corner. It was crazy long, and people were even backed up inside the hall waiting for the time to open. And since I haven't really shown it, here's a full uninterrupted shot of what my display looks like right as the public is about to see it. And right after I finished giving it the once-over, the countdown started.
Chicago 2024 begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So most of the time that the convention hall was open, I stayed back behind my display and just spent the time talking to people that were interested in Star Wars and in my display. And I just want to say, if you guys came out to Brickworld Chicago 2024 and you talked to me, thank you so much. I didn't have a singular bad interaction the entire time I was there, and I had so much fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed everything that you saw because it was really cool. Then, as the public died down towards the end, I decided to go take a look at stuff myself because there was a lot of stuff that I hadn't seen. And I also decided to leave some gadgets on people's displays that I liked, which is a thing that you do at conventions, and it just shows appreciation for somebody's display. And I got a few, and I gave a lot out. But of course, there is no downtime at Brickworld, and before I knew it, it was time for the garage sale. Okay, we are just 30 short minutes away from the garage sale starting. Now, my dad has set up a booth downstairs as he's going to be the seller, and I'm going to be our group's buyer. Now, we don't plan on spending a lot of money, but I do have $200 in cash just in case we find something that we really want. So let's go see what there is. I was definitely not ready for how many people were going to be at this garage sale. It was so crowded, it was loud, but at the same time, it was super fun running around and looking at everything everybody had to sell. And I ended up spending, I think, about $100 and something on a bunch of old Star Wars stuff. I got a attack shuttle, a tiny droid battle pack, and a Millennium Falcon for only $30. So overall, it was really successful and super fun. And barely even minutes after the garage sale concluded, it was time for World of Lights. World of Lights takes place from 10 p.m. to midnight, and it's when they turn all of the lights off in the convention hall and they let everybody with lights in their display really shine. World of Lights is definitely one of my favorite activities of the entire convention, and even the Great Ball contraption swaps all their balls out for glowing ones, so it's really cool. But now I think it's time for... Okay guys, today is the last day of Brickworld, which is very bittersweet. I'm very tired, so it's nice that it's the last day, but also I don't want to leave because it's super fun. So we have public hours again from 10 to I think 3 or 4, and then after that there's the closing ceremony, the awards and stuff like that, and then we have to do all the packing up. And while checking my display in the morning, I found the Gidget from the Master Builder, which is something they do every year, and it's so cool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, because I spent most of the first day talking to the public, I decided today I would take a day off and spend time with my friends and just run around and see what there is to see. And it was a lot of fun, but I also didn't film much because of that. So I guess let's skip to the closing ceremony. During the closing ceremony, we found out there was actually over 10,000 public people that came to see, and that's so cool. And we also got $35,000 for charity. But now, it's time to pack up. And just like that, we waved goodbye to our hotel room, waddled out of our room with our stuff, and we were on the road. For the drive home, we picked up some mac and cheese and cracked open a nice grass soda. And yeah, just like that, Brickworld Chicago 2024 was officially over. We had a super long drive ahead of us, so to make it a little bit more fun, we stopped at the Kansas City Brick Store, and I picked up a couple of speeders for my display next time. So with our Lego stop over, we now have a little bit less than half of the drive left. And yeah, guys, it's been a crazy adventure, but I'll see you guys at home, and we can give some final notes. Okay, guys, we finally made it home. We got all the Legos packed away in the garage, and I am so tired right now after a super long day of driving, but yeah. We did it. We made it. In just a week, we went all the way to Chicago and all the way back for the world's biggest LEGO convention with a relatively large display. Now, before we move on and I show you guys all of the really cool things that I got while I was at the display that didn't make it into the earlier part of the video, I just want to slightly dive into a little bit of more serious note. I just want to give a special shout out to everyone who makes Brickworld possible. The owners, the staff, everyone, the convention center that they ran. I want to shout out everybody who makes it possible because it's truly an amazing experience. And I think this vlog doesn't even cover the half of it. I didn't even film a lot of things because a lot of the time I was running around with people, with friends that I made while I was there, which is just amazing to have people like that. And, you know, I didn't want to be the person like, come be in my vlog, like, you know, shoving a camera down everyone's throat because who wants to be around that person? Nobody. So, yeah, I didn't even vlog. There was so much stuff that I didn't even get to show you guys, and it's such a cool convention. I will be going back next year and probably making another vlog and maybe showing a few more things that I didn't show this year and, you know, getting more in depth. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, just special shout out to everyone that ran the show, everyone that I met. If you guys are watching this video and you met me, I promise you made my day because I didn't have a bad experience the entire time I was there with anyone. So thank you guys so much for making my time that much special. I know I'm not looking into the camera, I'm looking at the screen, but yeah, thank you guys so much. So now let's show you guys what I got. So in terms of sets, I picked up a lot while I was there. I got most of this droid tank, 4 of these Republic speeders, this really old droid battle pack, which I like more and more every time I look at it. It's just so cool, and it's really old. Then I also picked up this Republic ship right here. It's so cool, it's really old, and it has so many play features, and it's gonna look great on my shelf. And last but certainly not least, I paid $30 for this almost complete Millennium Falcon, which for how old it is, I think that's actually a decent price. And then of course, the 3D printed crab. It looks so goofy and I love it. And in terms of fully put together sets, I actually have a lot. I have 2 really new ones, which are the 2 25-year anniversary sets. I won this one from the lottery, which I'm super happy about, and this is the one I got from Dirty Brickster. Overall, I rate this entire experience a 10 out of 10, an 11 out of 10. It does not get better than this, and the only thing that could probably top it might be next year's Brickworld. So make sure you stay tuned for that video, and if you made it all the way to the end and you watched this whole thing, thank you so much. I'm a relatively small channel at the time of posting this, and your viewership and your support and your comments, your likes, your everything, it means so much to me. So whether you found me from shorts, you found me from TikTok, you found me at the convention, whatever, if you're watching this video, thank you so much. And this has been a crazy ride, and I have so much more planned for this summer. We've got cruises, we've got mountain vlogs, we've got Taco Bell hot sauce packet giveaways. There's literally so much random stuff happening this summer, so I can't wait for you guys to see it all. And yeah, this has been Cleo, aka Vast SQ, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.